Neil was very good at everything he did. He excelled in it. And one of the things he excelled at was collecting wives. Now, wife number 3, Ursula, spoke at his funeral, and it was very touching. They had parted, and then he went on to wife number 4, who was a bit of a mistake. But after wife number 4 left, Neil got very sick with his heart problem, and for I think it was 18 months he moved in back with his wife number 3, Ursula. Ursula nursed him, and one of the most touching things she said, that when he was dying she got into bed with him, put her arms around him, and he died in her arms. I can't think of a better way to die.
That's good. It was a very moving speech, Ursula, and I'm glad you were with him at the end. So this is a eulogy I wrote last night. It's in a poetic form, and my name is Michael Fitzpatrick, and I was privileged to be his first officer and also Gill's. In skies where laughter stitched the dawn of flight, we shared the hum of engines, brave and bright. A fellow pilot, generous at heart, who charted past through wind and starlit chart. We all felt like Pilot Officer John McGee. Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter's silvered wings. Somewhere I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you had not dreamt of. Or lesser-known poem about flying by Gary Claude Stoker. Flight is freedom in its purest form, to dance with the clouds which follow a storm, to roll and glide, to wheel and spin, to feel the joy that swells within, to leave the earth with its trouble and fly, to know the warmth of a clear spring sky, and back to earth at the end of the day, released from the tensions which melted away. Should my end come while I'm in flight, whether brightest day or darkest night, spare me no pity and shrug off the pain, secure in the knowledge that I'd do it again. For each of us is created to die, and within me I know I was born to fly. Or most of us thankfully will not die when on the fly, more likely in an automobile, or better still, with creaking bones and old age having climbed our last hill. I remember meeting Gil Lockington December 31st, 1980, bold and true, forsooth, 'twas New Year's Eve, not for us a revelry, for we were cursed with a dawn parade on New Year's Day. Auckland's friendly hue, as December's veil gave way to January's gleam, as wings kissed horizons in a silver dream. Brother to Gil was Captain Neil, met for the first time January 1981. Neil, you stood tall, like a beacon in the blue, a training guide with steady hands in view. Many a hostess looked at you with a view of kissing you, leading to an altar and another life as a handsome pilot's wife. I do divert from my poems, let's get back and follow the right path. The Dutch butter box, that old and honest crate, carried us through 6 long legs in hopeful faith. DME checks that ticked like clockwork drums, cruise check, checks when boredom called succumb. Conversation sparked at engines light, button press, light on, a laughter bright right. Was the captain blind as well as dumb? The memory of you with a captain smile, turning lessons into journeys mile by mile. A lesson in the air, a dead stick tale. You showed what calm and skill can reliably nail. From 10 feet high to ground smooth and proud, you crowned the lesson with a cheer and vow. Engines apparently both failed, and focusing us right now, can we find a suitable field, one that pleases both Captain Neil and First Officer me? Approaching at 75 knots, the runways glow, flaring gently, letting airspeed slow. Column right back into his chest, Control check? No. Flying at its best. A pair of safe hands as any ag pilot possessed. There was no need for me or passengers to become distressed. The Dutch butterbox, a blade, your careful art, an ungraceful flop to earth, a pilot's heart. Slow speed, high judgment, a calm, clear head. You showed there's mercy in the hands that led. Your wisdom spread beyond the cockpit scene of marriages, fortunes, futures, and a dream. A plan for life when seasons turn their page and built a lasting wind for a retirement stage. Take the first deal, you wisely said. Invest in rooms where future income's fed. Mindful projects, plans that could endure, a heart that cared with kindness ever pure. When my marriage collapsed, Neil's sage words echoed through my head like those chirps from the birds. Though age came early to the medical door, your spirit soared beyond what charts could roar. The simulator's birth to replace the worn-out clone, you built a new future where air still calls home. To Taringa's shore, your final flight did glide, yet in our memories you'll forever ride. For every lesson shared, every story told, your courage shines more precious than gold. Neil, you are more than a pilot, more than a friend. You helped us find the sky we could depend. So rise, brave and handsome captain, on eternal wings, in clouds of grace, the valiant musters sing. If we could pace the heavens with you again, we'd laugh at the wind and call your name with Zen. For you already taught us time and again to fly is to live, to love is to remain. I have to say to Captain Neil Lockington, you are better than any of them.